Emily, waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing.
I was late to this recording session, so it feels really on brand, but this is our intro today.
No, you weren't that late. We watched Drag Race while you weren't gone, so it was okay.
It all works out.
So, welcome to the Swamp. The Swamp is an acronym.
Stands for some whack-ass movie podcasting.
My name is Dara.
I'm Emily.
And today, we have a guest! Erin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Erin. I watched The Cinderella Story with Dara earlier, and I have a lot to say about it.
Hell yeah! Today if you didn't understand that quote, honestly, just leave. Just leave and go watch the movie and then come back. Because I think that's the most iconic line of dialogue ever delivered by an actress in the 21st century.
At least in 2004.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I was like, are you sure about that?
Are you kidding me? Hilary Duff bodied this role. No one
You're not
could
wrong. You're not wrong.
ever. The way that she was simultaneously stupid and going to Princeton at the same time, no.
I don't know how she does it.
No discernible major, no discerniable academic
But
interest.
she's going to Princeton.
She's going to Princeton.
That's
We
all
don't
we
know
know
for what, but she's going.
Yeah, right. We were discussing earlier. We're like, what are your what are your interests? Because she's like, I'm
Going to
taking
Princeton.
She's like, I'm taking 27 AP classes. I'm like, in what? What do you want to do?
Baseball quotes,
Yeah.
inspirational baseball quotes.
Yeah.
Because Chad Michael Murray, at least, what is his name? Aaron Abrams?
Austin
Ames, and Abraham Lincoln. At least he is like quoting poetry and expresses an
I want to do
interest.
creative writing.
Yeah, he expresses an interest in like literature, poetry, writing.
He wrote some bad poetry and some emails.
Yeah, some email poetry. And honestly, that counts for something. That at least gives us a fraction of insight to him as a person.
Yeah.
Tell me one fact about Hilary Duff's character other than that she's poor.
Sam, literally, her dad said one thing about Princeton, and she's like, I'm going to Princeton, and that's it.
If a person wants to go to a college solely based on the fact that their parents said to them, princesses go to Princeton, then you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
You should just be denied admission solely based on that fact.
What did her college essay look like?
I was just going to ask that. What did she write
No,
about?
are you kidding? If I was the admission counselor and she talked about Jennifer Coolidge, I'd be like, you're in, bitch.
You're in.
She's like, my evil stepmother murdered my father, took over the family diner, makes me slave away.
She's an indentured servant is what she
Pretty
is.
much.
Yeah.
No, but you, Erin, you have a really great theory.
I have a murder theory.
Yeah, the murder theory.
Oh my god, enlighten me.
Of what's her name in the movie? Sam
father.
Montgomery.
Sam's dad.
Widowed. The mom is dead. First thing in the
What was
movie.
his name? Hal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Hal.
The diner was called Hal's Diner.
Was that not his name?
I'm assuming it's his name. We never actually hear his name spoken in the movie, I
But like
believe.
dialogue 1, the mom is dead. Dialogue 2, the dad soon to be dead. And then we get the.
I think it's suspicious. I think there should be a Netflix documentary about this because, there's an earthquake. We discussed this at length during the movie. Well, not at length, maybe
No, I would say at length. They live in California, prone to earthquakes, prone to droughts. A lot of environmental issues tackled in this film.
risky area.
But so the widowed father, Jennifer Coolidge falls into his arms at the diner, and he thinks to himself,
He's like,
my
"This is
young
it."
daughter needs a mother figure. Who better than Jenny Coolidge?
Yeah.
And not the loving manager of the diner who obviously
Could have been a mother figure.
Yeah. Obviously invested in the diner, Anyway, this is getting away from my murder theory.
Yeah, please. I gotta hear it.
Yeah, so, we see the house before, the death. We see the house before the death. We see Jennifer Coolidge before the death.
I had this exact same thought, I think.
Okay, he dies in an undescript way in the earthquake. We don't see... Obviously,
We don't see the death scene.
This is a PG movie. We don't see a maimed body. He's not crushed by a
The
bookcase.
house is fine, though.
The house is fine!
Fine.
The house is fine. The house is structurally unaltered.
A 2-story home, might I add.
Between the paint job in Act 1 and then the paint job in Act 2, which is pink and obviously meant to be heinous, but
Yes.
I loved it.
Like, honestly, throughout this movie, I'm like, Jennifer Coolidge, I kind of get it.
I kind of like what she did with the place.
But, yeah, okay, here's...
I love her style, but I think she killed her husband for the insurance money.
How do you think she did it?
She pushed him into the earth. I don't know. She
Into the
bashed,
earthquake.
she bashed his head with a cinder block, and then was like, damn earthquake.
She probably,
Damn earthquake.
She probably, like, pushed, like, a grandfather clock on top of him or something like that, you know what I mean? I saw a grandfather clock in that hallway when she was, like, when their hands, like, slowly parted for the last time.
Okay, here's my...
I prefer, if I were directing the R-rated version of
Yes.
this movie, I would, like... say, oh my god, Jennifer Coolidge giving the Oscar-winning performance is my husband, he died in the earthquake, it's so tragic. People die in earthquakes, that's not suspicious. But then you cut to his body and he's clearly been stabbed.
Yeah. 47 times in the chest.
The earthquake dropped a box of knives on him, it's very tragic.
I watched it happen, it was awful.
He fell
It was
into
so
a knife,
awful.
he fell into a knife 10 times.
Okay, but my issue with this predicament is that a young Hilary Duff, a young Sam, they're in the bedroom, they're reading the fairy tale, and then the earthquake starts a rumbling. And the dad says, wait here. And because you hear Jennifer Coolidge from the downstairs saying, help! And he basically, it's like a big thing.
Was
like,
she actually in any danger, though?
That's
Jennifer
the question.
Coolidge?
it was, the house rumbled. We saw a little rumble. She was probably shooken. I would be.
I mean...
But he hears help, and basically I think that's like the whole he's choosing Jennifer Coolidge over his daughter, and that's why he died, because he deserved it, question mark? But why the fuck are you leaving your 7-year-old child on the second story of a fucking house in an earthquake? Take her with you!
Why not bring her with you? But then Jennifer Coolidge would have killed her, too.
Jennifer Coolidge is calling from the basement, where it is safe in this earthquake. Let's go!
I don't know enough about earthquakes to say. I only know about hurricanes and, active shooter drills. So.
All I have to know is that Hal died, and maybe he deserved it. Because Jennifer Coolidge...
That's a really hot day.
Jennifer Coolidge got hella breast implants with that insurance money, and I gotta say, she looked fabulous.
Yeah.
So,
She
as one would, honestly.
repainted the house.
She repainted the diner.
She repainted the diner. Rebranded the diner.
rebranded fully.
the diner, yeah.
but like somehow kept all the same staff on board, which it takes them the entire movie to quit.
Yeah,
and I'm
right,
like, you didn't just quit as soon as this like heinous bitch comes up in your joint and starts telling you if you're a busboy, you have to wear roller skates. I'd be like, this is minimum wage. It's 2004. What is that? $6 an hour? Not for me.
If that. Oh
Not
my
for
God.
me.
That was probably one of the most unrealistic things about this movie, is that they're doing some, like, crazy, wacky, like, serving on roller skates.
No, even Sam.
Don't they do that at Sonic?
I don't know that they still do.
no,
I don't
they-
think so.
I think they just
There was an accident at some point and they got rid
They
of that.
bring
Yeah,
your
sure,
food
yeah.
out to your car on roller
Yeah.
skates, which is like 5 trained servers. Like, that would be my guess, you know? They don't make the bus boys, they don't make the dishwashers fucking wear roller
I feel like
skates.
you probably need, like, a bachelor's degree.
You're an Olympic athlete.
Yeah, to
On
serve food.
in the off season, you're an Olympic
yeah,
athlete.
exactly.
Slumming it at Sonic.
It's like Christine, what's her name? Christina Yamaguchi or whatever. It's like she's the only one qualified to bring out
do
food
it, yeah.
and serve it on roller skates.
It would be like an OSHA violation otherwise, like it's not safe, so it's
If you
like...
don't have an Olympic figure skating medal, you cannot work at Sonic.
Sonic.
No.
So it's just the one location.
It's got to be at least a silver, though. If you're
Yeah,
bronze,
no,
you're not.
you're not quite cutting it.
You're not fighting.
Yeah.
This movie essentially is a retelling of Cinderella, loose. I'm gonna say a loose retelling of
Yeah.
Cinderella. But if we want to do like a hot recap, if you haven't seen this film, if you haven't seen this work of cinema, I was shocked that it wasn't a Disney. This was not a Disney.
wasn't?
No, this was not a Disney operation.
I didn't know that.
No, not a Disney operation. Totally.
I assumed it was.
Yeah.
No, yeah, completely.
Well, Hilary Duff was, like, chained to Disney for the
Yeah,
longest
yeah,
time,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
just assumed.
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire. It was actually a pretty big deal when she got signed on to this. They didn't get the funding for this movie until they got
Hilary
H. Duff. And then as soon as she signed on, they were like, here's your budget. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, this girl, she's big right now. So they got the budget because of Hilary Duff, but it's not a Disney production, which I was pretty shocked as well.
Yeah.
But
Question: was this pre Lizzie McGuire or post?
Post.
Lizzie McGuire?
I think I might argue a little bit during. There might have been some Lizzie McGuire happenings during and after this, I would maybe guess, but this was 2004. She was 15 during the filming of this movie.
Really?
She was 15. And
oh my god.
do you want to hear something creepy?
Yeah.
Chad Michael Murray, 22.
Oh.
Googled it. Lizzie McGuire ran only 2 seasons.
Really?
And 2001,
Really?
2002.
Okay, yeah. So this was post Lizzie McGuire, Jenner intern, fast fact checking.
What would we do without you?
I mean, Lizzie McGuire was such a cultural
Right, for 2 seasons? Are you kidding me?
For my generation in particular, I mean, I couldn't escape it.
Honestly.
Here's my thing is, I feel like we were a little bit past it. I don't know if
I watched it religiously. I loved that show.
Nope.
It was because I had this family friend who was blonde and had bangs, and so she loved Hilary Duff because they were kind of physically resembled each other. And like
she just
this
saw
movie,
herself in her.
Oh yeah, in this movie and anything Hilary Duff related, it was like the sleepovers. I did not get to pick the movie. It was all her, and it was always a Hilary Duff moment because she would like in her diary write like, and then I walked down the stairs in my wedding gown dress and all eyes are on me because she wanted to be
She
Hilary
wrote
Duff.
self-insert fan fiction with her as Hilary Duff.
Yeah, but like at age 7, so it wasn't quite so coherent.
Like the thing is,
I can't blame her, you know?
Yeah,
that's
it
fair.
happens. It happens.
but
to the
like
best
on
of
that
us.
same sort of tangent, like I didn't really watch this movie a lot as a kid. I watched the Disney version, Another Cinderella Story, which was
Selena
Selena
Gomez?
Gomez.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
let me be fair, this is totally the better movie, but that movie did have some bangers on it.
The soundtrack to this movie slapped so hard in 2004. I for sure had it on CD. Used it in my Bratz Rock Angels CD player for sure. The soundtrack, the Hilary Duff insert songs, originals for sure were really good. But I recall the Another Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff. And then did you ever see the 3rd remake?
No.
With Lucy Hale. And they did a
That makes a lot of sense.
A 3rd remake.
It makes sense that you saw it because you were the biggest Lucy Hale fan.
I was,
as a
yeah.
child.
It was. They got worse and worse. I remember,
yeah.
And that was a little past our time. I think
Yeah,
at that
for
point
sure.
I was like maybe 11, and I was like, this shit sucks. But
Did you watch it just because you felt a connection to Lucy Hale?
Of course, and the Cinderella Story trifecta.
Yeah, you have to like round it out.
It's like Mean Girls too. You know, you got to give it at least one shot.
I didn't.
I never saw Mean Girls
me
too.
neither.
Oh, okay, maybe just me them. It was Harper the friend from Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah?
She was in Mean Girls too. Huh. She was the Lindsay Lohan character.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's
Probably like the 4th Indiana Jones movie in that I kind of just deny its existence altogether.
Yeah. I'm like, it didn't happen if I
Yeah.
don't acknowledge it.
I thought this was like a sleepover staple though, A Cinderella Story. I think I've seen this movie at least 10 times.
This was absolutely in the rotation of movies I would watch when I was sick.
You owned it on DVD. You brought the DVD.
I brought the DVD.
It was amazing. I love previews before a DVD. That really takes me back. And they were for
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and the
Nice.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Great movie.
Polar Express.
Also a banger.
And also only a reel of Chad Michael Murray on One Tree Hill. It was like a One Tree Hill, but they're like, okay, for this audience, just CMM.
Oh my god. Speaking of Chad Michael Murray, I didn't realize until I was looking at like his discography while I was watching this that he was the guy in Freaky Friday.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know that. I did not
forgot
realize
about
that.
I have tea about this.
Oh
So,
my god.
my
the
God.
mean girl in this movie
Yeah.
is also the mean girl in Freaky Friday.
Oh my god, yeah.
And so Chad Michael Murray and this mean girl who was his girlfriend in this movie, so they are both in both films. And so there
Are they
was
couples in both films?
I don't think
No, I don't think they were. I don't think they were
In
a couple
Freaky
in Freaky Friday.
But there was a love triangle drama happening
God.
at the time
Okay.
between Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff, and Erin Carter. And so the three of them were in a bit like had dated both of them, kind of a back and forth situation. There was drama, and so Chad Michael Murray invites Hilary Duff as his date to the Freaky Friday premiere. And so Lindsay Lohan, the star, she sees who? This bitch she hates with her co-star. She's pissed. She throws a fit at the Freaky Friday premiere. She is upset. And so what does Hilary Duff do? Freaky Friday came out first. A Cinderella Story came out very shortly after. At the A Cinderella Story premiere, Hilary Duff informs all of the PAs, Lindsay Lohan is not to be on the premises and bars her from the event. So she's like, if Lindsay Lohan even tries to show up, she is not allowed, because there was this back and forth. And so Chad Michael Murray kind of got brought into this love triangle situation just because he was kind of like co-stars with both of them, and I don't know if there was
fully like 7 years older than both of them.
So gross. Yeah, so gross. She Lindsay,
like, why are you even involved in this drama?
Hilary Duff at one point, like in interviews, was like, I had such a crush on him, and like there was a bit of a, like, there was never a romantic entanglement, but there was certainly like a co-star flirtation going, and I'm like, that's fucking gross.
Yeah, really.
He's 22. You're 15. Go date another 15-year-old.
Really?
Go date, who's the actor who plays the nerdy friend? Go date him, Hilary Duff. Or go date Gordo. I don't care. But just
anyone like age appropriate, please.
But that was the drama between those two movies, because they came out within months of each other. They were very close in time period, which was a big Chad Michael Murray peak, because he had the like hot boy role.
If you had to pick one of those movies, though, which one would you pick? Because that's a tough one.
Oh, that is really. I think I'd have to say Freaky Friday.
Same.
I would too.
It's strictly for
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis and
in
Chad Michael
punk
Murray.
rocker girl clothes.
Oh
Are
my
you
God.
kidding me?
That hair and that outfit.
Jamie Lee Curtis in an Activia commercial gets me worked up. I don't know.
Oh my god.
But yeah, but that was like the 2004 drama with this movie.
I'm eventually gonna make you two do True Lies for Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, she's so good.
Okay, I'm with that.
My friend Amy, this is a tangent. I apologize.
No, please.
But
We love
Do a tangent.
We love a tangent.
my parents love True Lies. Anytime it's on TV, if it's on TNT or something like that, True Lies will be on our television set, because it's one of those movies where you can just jump into it at any point, and it's enjoyable. It's an early James Cameron, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis movie. It
Hell
works.
yeah.
It across the board works. So there's a scene where Jamie Lee Curtis does this kind of striptease.
Yeah, it's sexy. I've seen it.
Yes.
I've never seen that movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so my friend Amy walks into the room. She's coming to visit for the weekend. She sees that scene on the screen, and she just drops everything.
See,
Out of bewilderment or out of excitement?
Out of excitement.
I just know that one scene from, I couldn't even say what movie. Jen, maybe you know it. It's Jamie Lee Curtis and it's John Travolta, and they're doing like what is it? When they're aerobics or whatever, and it's just Jamie Lee Curtis aggressively thrusting in a leotard. Oh, yeah. And I was like, I need some time to think.
That reaction gif, perfect for it. You don't know what to say to the person you're texting. Jamie Lee Curtis is doing a little hip thrust and some aerobics gear.
Exactly.
Perfect.
What else could you need?
The name of that movie.
I couldn't tell you, but I remember that. That certainly sticks out to me.
I mean, you know the True Lies scene that I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Amy, useless bisexual that she is, just drops everything.
Fair enough.
Do you think that Jamie Lee Curtis could have played the Jennifer Coolidge role in this movie?
I wish that I could say yes, but I don't think so. I think the only person that could have played it was Jennifer Coolidge.
Character actress.
I
Jennifer
think
Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge could have played opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies. I think...
I thought you were going to say Freaky Friday. I was that would have been a whirlwind.
Oh, no. I think it would have been a different take on the character, but this is not a True Lies episode. This is a Cinderella Story episode.
Yeah, it's just something about how Jennifer Coolidge plays it. Like, she is, like, the worst character in this film, but she's my favorite.
Absolutely.
It's just something about how she delivers those lines. It's just Jennifer. It's so Jennifer Coolidge. She nails it.
Out of these, like, illegible notes I took, half of them are me just transcribing her dialogue, because I couldn't fucking stop laughing. I dare to say that Jennifer Coolidge is the best character actress, comedic character actress of, like, this generation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not our generation, but, you know, of that time frame. Because it's just, everything she's in is kind of that same, like, you think about her in Legally Blonde, kind of, you know, that same, not always necessarily the same character, but that same Jennifer Coolidge vibe about it.
She always puts her personal spin on it, and it's so good.
It's so good. I cannot. I think this movie would be nothing without her.
Yeah, I totally agree.
She's the villain this movie needs.
Exactly.
Anybody else, I don't think it would have worked.
Just something about, what is it? Droughts are for poor people. You think J-Lo has the brown line?
You need the voice. You need that voice.
I know. I hope I did her some justice.
You so did. I love
it. Yep.
And then they zoom out of their house, and everyone around them has a dead yard except for them, and they have blossoming palm trees in a yard. Oh my god! And when she says that the salmon is from Norwegia, I fully had to like remove myself from the room. It's from Norwegia, and she's on the salmon diet the whole movie, and she's constantly eating salmon. What? Why? I don't know, but I love it. It's so good. It's so good. And then her and like the two kind of kooky stepdaughters who like never really contribute much, but are just kind of there. It's so, I think that is what ties this movie the strongest to the Cinderella plot. Plot line that they're trying to retell is because like a lot of it strays kind of left and right elsewhere, because you've got the big montage of her getting her Cinderella moment, like the dress, the ride, the boy.
Should we give a quick? I mean, I feel like if you've made it this far, I'm assuming that you've seen the movie,
or you at least know like Cinderella. She's kind of comes from rags to riches. Yeah. She's in, but this time it's in high school and it's in the California, it's San Antonio Valley, or
San Fernando Valley.
In California.
A lot of serial killers in there
at this time in 2004.
No, in the 70s.
Generally,
Is Hilary Duff at risk? Because I got to go protect her. I mean, Chad Michael Murray can't recognize her.
He's going to play Ted Bundy in a movie.
That's crazy to me. That's fucking crazy to me. You told me this earlier. Chad Michael Murray with his cute little button nose is going to be fucking Ted Bundy. How in the goddamn is he going to pull that off?
Zac Efron did it, so you need kind of the dueling...
Well, did he do it? Or did he star as Ted Bundy in a film? Because I don't think he did it.
I just want to know how many Ted Bundy movies does there need to be? You know what I mean?
None.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, zero.
None.
Exactly.
He got convicted and he got executed.
Exactly. Can we end it there? Please?
There's already too many young girls who like kind of romanticize him, and I'm like, he's a gay man who murdered people.
That's Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's Jeffrey Dahmer.
I was gonna say, I was like, he was gay?
No, he wasn't. He was pretty firmly heterosexual. He did exclusively kill women.
I was thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer who only killed men, but there's also too many movies about him too. People romanticize Jeffrey Dahmer too, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
no to that.
Jeffrey Dahmer ate people as well, so he had the cannibalism angle.
That's an added layer onto his. Like, I get it, Ross Lynch played him, but that doesn't mean you get to romanticize him. You can just think Ross Lynch is hot.
I mean, Austin and Ally, I can't unsee it.
What was it, Teen Beach Movie?
Teen Beach Movie. From Teen Beach Movie to Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't know about that casting. Also, from A Cinderella Story, One Tree Hill to Ted Bundy.
High School Musical to...
that didn't work either. It just doesn't work for me. But Chad Michael Murray is really an interesting character because he had this like nice little acting stint in the early 2000s where he was the kind of it boy, you know, like tough exterior but with a soft heart. And
he's sensitive.
He knows how to read.
Definitely like on every cover of like Tiger Beat type thing. Oh, for sure.
But so I had this interesting experience not that long ago at my work where I was...
You met Chad Michael Murray?
Oh my god, if Chad
came into the library and said, hey, Dara.
Oh my god, if Chad Michael Murray came into the library, I would have to excuse... I would say, Gina, I need you to take this patron because I need to go leave. I need to go take a breather in the stairwell. Are you kidding me? But I was shelving books as I do, and I come across this book, and it was by Heather Graham, who's a kind of a notable like romance thriller mystery kind of author. Like she's got a bunch of books, very popular with the older mom type lady crowd, and it was like Heather Graham and Chad Michael Murray as the authors. And I was like, that's really a funny coincidence that this co-author has the same name as
very
young
specific man name.
And then I look at the back of about the author section, and it was fucking him. And he co-wrote this like romance thriller novel with this lady, and I was like, Chad, you contain multitudes.
I know.
It was so good. And
you were the sensitive author football player all along.
Honestly,
oh my god.
He really fulfilled his character's dream.
He went to Princeton, and he co-wrote a book. But so I just thought that was really funny. That was my most recent brush with CMM as a character.
My most recent brush with him was on this short-lived TV show Agent Carter about Agent Peggy Carter of
Marvel fame,
Captain America fame, and he was the sexist pre-SHIELD agent. It wasn't SHIELD yet.
I cannot picture him as, like, a dislikable guy. Look at his face. He's so cute.
And the thing is,
Looks like a guinea pig.
like, for most of the time, he wasn't. He looks like himself with a slightly more mature haircut.
Yeah.
He's in a suit. He looks good. But occasionally he'll say something to Peggy, who we're, supposed to support and root for. He'll be like, no man will ever respect you. And you're like, oh my god, this is the 1940s.
Yeah. Okay, Chad. Go back to the 90s. I liked you better in high school.
You better in the 90s, in the early 2000s, when you were, a sensitive football player who quoted Tennyson.
I have to say, though, in this movie, I don't like him. I don't like this character. And I feel like I can't speak for myself as a child, because my memories of this movie basically only consist of, like, being like, wow, isn't Hilary Duff the most beautiful woman to ever exist? But I never feel like I had quite a connection with his romance lead in this, because
I was obsessed with the comic relief characters in this movie.
Oh,
I don't
for sure.
remember the main plot as a child. I remember
Jennifer Coolidge
and the sign falling onto the car.
and the friend, yeah, all
Yeah.
that. No, but him as a romantic lead, a romantic interest, I fucking hated it. Even as this watch, I was like, get out of here, Hilary Duff. Go with the guy from Big Bang Theory, who's dressed as the guy from The Matrix, because he is better.
costume.
He's better for you than fucking Chad Michael Murray. I would have gone with Matrix Bro. I mean,
Keanu Reeves, any day. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
but oh my god, I hated him. First of all, he chooses to dump his girlfriend the day of the homecoming.
That's so shitty.
So shit. And he's like, I'm actually in love with this girl I've been emailing, which is like, okay, speak your truth
You're
or
having
whatever.
an emotional affair as a teenager.
But I'm like, speak your truth, but like, don't wait to do it until the day of, you
to
asshole.
be fair, he did offer to do it in private. And she was like, nope, you can do it in front of our friends.
But he's been flirtatiously emailing and texting this girl for God knows how long. I feel bad for the girlfriend, to be honest.
She says 1 month they've been talking.
Oh God, they made it seem like it had been years.
No, it was 1 month. She said, the comic relief friend was like, you've been texting this guy for a whole month. You know him.
Oh no! And she's like, sometimes we even email. Like they but I just didn't get it. I was like, I thought he was an asshole. I thought he was shallow. I thought he was a shit to his girlfriend.
Here's the thing. I thought he was stupid. I don't know how he got into Princeton when he literally, here's the thing.
He quoted Tennyson at them, and that was enough.
Here's the thing, is Hilary Duff is in not even anything of a mask, and he can't, for the life of him, figure out who this woman is. He's staring at, she was wearing like one of those CIA regulated masks, and it's like a whole rubber face that you put on, and he's like, who are you? Like, he can't even, he hears her voice, and then literally 5 hours before the dance, he's at the diner, and he's listening to it, and he can't put two and two together.
She's the only girl with choppy blonde bangs in the whole goddamn school.
Curled her hair. She curled her hair.
Really threw him off.
Yeah.
Really threw him for a loop.
And she had boobs instead of a t-shirt.
She wasn't so tomboyish. Oh my god, no, I have in my notes, I say, I am personally contacting Princeton University to report on Austin Ames's poor problem-solving skills. I cannot deal with him being like, okay, first of all, this plan is shit. Let's meet in the middle of the dance floor at the dance.
Where everybody else in the dance is going to be.
Right, and I've never met you in my life, so let's just meet up there where everyone will be in costume. You fucking idiot.
I'm not going to pretend to understand how blind dates work. But
I feel like that's not the way they should go.
Everybody was in the middle of the dance floor at midnight or whatever it was.
Also, what kind of high school dance goes until midnight? We were out of there at 10 o'clock sharp.
Yeah.
It started at like 7.
It was also like at a function hall
Yeah.
that had a bar. Ours was in our sweaty gym with some free DJ who was in the 10th grade.
Everyone's
Ours was at a venue. Ours was at
Your
a venue.
homecoming?
No.
This was your prom.
This was our prom.
This wasn't even the prom. It was the Halloween homecoming dance, which may I add, I'm no expert. Homecoming marks
September.
the first football game of the year, which is in September.
Yep.
October October 31st? Are you kidding me? Halloween is out of the picture. Is all I have to say.
Well, during the pandemic, they had to push the sports season off another month. I don't know.
This movie was in 2000. What fucking pandemic? There's a 2004, bitch.
The pandemic of all the kids suddenly had cell phones. I don't know.
Okay, I have to say the most iconic thing in this movie is Lindsay Lohan typing LOL.
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh my god, no,
my
Lindsay
God.
Lohan. Hilary Duff. I'm sorry, they're interchangeable.
She's gonna be really offended if she ever hears
No, one's
this.
a blonde and one's a fake redhead.
redhead.
Yeah.
Lindsay, Hillary, if you want to get on the pod, duke out your beef, get Aaron Carter on here too. I would love to mediate this discussion, personally, truthfully, honestly. Chad Michael Murray, you too, I'd love to talk about your book as well.
See, here's the thing: is we're missing the most important person, Jennifer
Jennifer
Coolidge.
Coolidge.
I will rename this to the Coolidge Cast, and we will only cover Jennifer Coolidge movies from here on out if you zoom in and please contribute just a moment of your time.
It's all I could ever want.
Just say hi to us.
But then, she types out LOL, and then she says to herself, laughing out loud on her flip phone. The flip phone presence in this movie, outstanding.
Oh yeah, no, it's everywhere. I really do love that she put her flip phone on
her
the
shoe.
straps of her shoe.
Which-
I do think that was pretty iconic.
As a certified old millennial, I can tell you, I never did that.
Well, did you ever wear strappy lace-up heels?
No, I was a teenager. I wore flats. I still wear flats. I'm currently wearing flats.
So was H. Duff. H. Duff was 15. She was
living a very different life than I was.
She was in Regina King's unpromptedly bought wedding dress.
That fit her perfectly.
I was gonna. That's what. Oh my god! I had that written in my notes. I was like, they took a massive gamble, leaving the Halloween store without a backup plan. Dude, Regina King was like, no, I've got it, and I know it's gonna fit you.
This wedding dress I bought with zero wedding in the upcoming future.
Also,
it's implied she's been divorced multiple times or left at the altar.
but she said this is the one I bought for the next time.
what kind of woman gives a 50? Well, she'd probably be like 16 in this movie. A 16-year-old a wedding dress. Her wedding dress that she's planning on wearing to bring to a dance. Do you know what a high school dance is like?
She wears it in the diner. That shit should be nasty.
She wears it outside. She walks outside. It's been raining. She's in the dirt. She runs away through a field.
Oh my god. Everyone's sweaty in that dance hall. There's probably punch all over the place.
The electric,
blue punch.
the blue curacao.
Yeah,
blue curacao
no
punch.
chance.
I
They were
cannot.
drinking
chance.
Capri Sun. This is a good Christian school.
I'm just saying it was so blue. There just had to be a little something
It would have
blue.
been filthy.
No, it was Kool-Aid. It was definitely Kool-Aid.
I love also another iconic moment of dialogue was when the Chad Michael Murray's girlfriend, who's kind of the mean girl character, as Hilary Duff walks down the stairs and has her big moment, she goes, "Ugh, love that dress. Hate her." Which even, what's her name? Jessica? I don't know. Even that bitch can identify
Shelby.
Her name is Shelby?
Yeah.
Sheila? Shelby?
I think it was Shelby.
I think it was Shelby. Shelby Cummings.
Yep.
She can identify who Hilary Duff is in that dress. She says, love that dress, hate her. She knows who that is. Chad Michael Murray? Not a clue.
Do you think he just needed, like, contacts? Do you think he was just, like, super blind and he didn't... He couldn't be. He's the star quarterback.
Yeah, right. He just needs glasses. This is his diagnosis.
Look, the terrible Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds project, Green Lantern, makes this joke. You think I couldn't recognize you because I couldn't see your cheekbones?
Yeah. Hilary Duff, you think I couldn't see those bangs? You idiot.
What can you do?
Everyone in this movie is
Context.
blonde.
She curled her
I was
hair.
gonna say, I was like, how do you feel about this movie as someone that is vehemently against blonde adults? And they're not quite adults, but still.
No, but a blonde on blonde couple rubs me the wrong way. And I'm sorry if that's you out there. And I hope to God that the two of you have distinguished enough features that you don't look like siblings. If you told me Chad Michael Murray was cast as Hilary Duff's older brother in this
believe
movie,
you.
I'd believe you in a second.
Yep.
The two of them, they could be cast as twins, as siblings. I'd believe you. Don't put fucking blonde people together. It just, you know what the statistics of blonde people are? They only make up like less than 10% of the population.
Really? Is that a fact?
Yeah, because most blondes are fake. No.
This is assuming they're natural blondes.
Natural blondes. Most blondes are fake blondes. Natural blondes are pretty rare.
Here's the thing. Jen's shaking her head, and I believe Jen over anything any of us that's hosting this
all I have to say is I've never seen a blonde couple that I didn't think siblings.
It's like, there's like that Instagram account, and it's like, is it a couple or is it siblings?
Yeah.
And you can do that with any blonde couple adult.
Just blonde couples.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. They look a lot alike.
They could look
So
the one
they're both blonde, they look a lot alike.
No, look at tell me Chad Michael Murray cast as Hilary Duff's brother, and you don't find that a little bit believable?
I believe it. I believe anybody has siblings in a movie. Like, they just throw two random people together. I'm like, yep.
Okay. You know what I thought the casting was great for, though, is the redheaded daughter as Jennifer Coolidge's daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The two daughters. There was the one tall, lanky one, and there was the one shorter, redhead one.
Yeah.
And I thought the shorter, redheaded one was a definite, like, that was a really good Jennifer Coolidge offspring edit. Hey, Jen's making a face. What's the fucking statistic for blonde adults?
In the world?
In America.
Sorry.
Was it? No. What's in the world, though?
In the world is 2%. In the world is 2%. Natural blondes, might I add.
Jesus.
I'm guessing the statistics for redheads are much lower.
Yes, no, I'm sure it's like 0.02%.
My whole family is full of redheads.
If two redheads get together, that's even more fucked up.
Okay.
Your bloodlines have to be crossed. If you have a kid, it's going to be a little messed up because you are at least second cousins if you're both
God.
redheads.
Oh my god.
No, if you're from the same state, if you're both from Massachusetts and you're both redheads, come on, you're at least a little bit related.
You should get blood work done at that
before
point.
you have
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you're from the same area and you're both redheaded, like,
It's a little fishy.
you should be worried before producing children.
16% in the U.S.
Yeah, 16.
16. That's blondes in the U.S.?
Yeah, I wasn't that far off. I'm talking out my ass, but sometimes I'm a little bit right. Blonde people, I mean, you can be together and I hope you're happy, but when I see you on the street, I think, ooh, that's a little incesty, huh?
Oh god.
That's all I have to say.
Oh my god.
Oh, but something crazy about this movie that Jen, our intern, brought up was that Rupert Grint, a.k.a. Ron Weasley from Harry Potter, was supposed to be...
Coincidentally a redhead.
Coincidentally a redhead, that's why I'm looping it in, I'm tying it in, was supposed to be the Austin Ames character.
No
he was
way.
Cast.
Oh my god.
He was cast, but then his Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban schedule got a little conflicted, and so he had to drop the project, and that's when they picked up Chad Michael
I
Murray.
have a couple of questions about this.
Okay.
So...
I don't have any
the
answers.
type of character that Chad Michael Murray would be cast as, and the type of character, I love him, but Rupert Grint would be cast as.
Very different people.
Like, is there a Venn diagram where the two circles are overlapping?
I think they would have leaned a little more into the soft, artistic boy.
Could you imagine
so
Rupert...
he wouldn't have been a football player. Maybe
No, I
he
was
would
gonna
have
say-
played soccer.
Could you imagine Rupert Grint as, like, the star football player?
Not even a little bit.
No, I can't even picture him as an American.
I will say, so I guess this movie probably wasn't super well developed, because it's not. Even in its final form, it's
modern
not.
Cinderella story. Like, that's the beginning and the end of it.
In the the screen read, Chad Michael Murray was the one who brought up, what if my character has some conflict with his dad? That seems a sporty guy trying to be artsy. This seems like a daddy issue, and that's when they wrote that in. So the whole "it's your dream, dad, not mine" that was all Chad Michael Murray's idea, which is so basic and lame. But ultimately,
because it's so unusual to have daddy issues in a movie. My God, what a concept!
Never been done before.
Never.
I
This
feel like
groundbreaking work right here.
It's not like
the Austin Ames character clearly wasn't super well written or developed to begin with. So I'm sure if they got Rupert Grint on the project, they would have just twisted it a different way.
I definitely think you're right to say he would have played soccer.
He seems more of a soccer guy than a football guy.
I tried to think of a sport that wasn't football, and the movie already had baseball cornered with, the main character's dead father. So
Did she even play on a team, though? Was
Nope.
she even, like, on the softball team?
No, she just tormented her nerd friend.
Yeah. That was
batting
never...
cage.
She didn't go to therapy. She just went out and, like, hit some softballs.
I mean, whatever works for you, H-Stuff. But I don't get that they're like, her mom died supposedly at infancy. She never knew her mom is the thing. So she's not like most girls. She's a little tomboyish because she doesn't have a mom, which means that she was raised by her dad. So she's inherently a tomboy.
Here's the problem with all of these movies. all of the popular girls at my high school played sports. They all did soccer, they
Every
all did
single
lacrosse, they all did something. Track, whatever.
They were like triple athletes. They played one like every season.
Every
you know
season,
what I mean?
exactly, yeah.
Like if they weren't playing, then you're like, something's off here.
Yeah, like the tomboys were the popular girls.
Yeah.
Like,
being good at a sport isn't inherently unfeminine. I don't know why. This movie makes no sense either because, I mean, okay, Hilary Duff is Hollywood hot.
Yep.
She's not gonna be unpopular. Everyone's like, you ugly bitch who has a job. You're a disgrace.
You're a bus girl.
I want to bring something up because this bothered me throughout the entire movie. They have this one nickname for her, and they call her Diner Girl. And that's the most creative thing they could come up with.
That she has a job.
Yeah. Diner
None of you have
Girl,
jobs?
Diner. Do you know how ruthless high schoolers are and how mean high schoolers are? I would think that they could have been a little more creative and come up with...
Bow-legged ass, orphan ass, fucking bitch. That was better just then. And you know who else has a job? Chad Michael Murray has a job in the movie. Austin Ames has a...
He works for his dad, though.
But they don't call him Car Wash Boy.
Yeah, right?
She works for her stepmom. It's still a family business. They don't call him Car Wash Boy. Their biggest insult to her is that you are employed.
Yeah.
As a teenager. What? Imagine if everyone in high school, you called them what their part-time job was. Yeah. Hey, ice cream scooper.
Hey, Peapod, whatever. Peapod, I don't know.
Hey, checkout girl at the grocery store. Go bag my groceries.
Could have at least called her like a grease monger if she's working in like a freaking diner or something like that.
Smart enough to think of a word like monger.
Or just throw in the word bitch. You know what I mean?
Hey, diner bitch. That's better.
Exactly.
I mean, this is a PG movie. They couldn't call it that. But yeah, I'm like, you're making fun of her and every time they go into the diner as patrons, they're like, we're not tipping you, you dumb bitch.
We're not even gonna buy anything because we're too skinny.
Yeah, oh my god, I hate that. And then Chad Michael Murray, when they're playing 20 questions in order to bond, I don't know. He's like, would you rather have a rice cake or a Big Mac? And she's like, a Big Mac, of course. I'm like, who the fuck is gonna pick a rice cake?
Hey, half the girls at the high school.
Clearly.
He
likes a girl.
He singled them out.
He's like, I like a girl with an appetite. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of question? It'd be like, chicken tenders or a Big Mac. I don't know. Be at least somewhat comparable.
The thing is, these are really good questions for chocolate or vanilla.
Okay.
Jen?
Oh my god, Jennifer, you want to segue so beautifully.
Beautiful. There was
a
a laxative joke in there that rubbed me the wrong way that I did not pick up as a kid. But
a laxative joke?
Oh, yeah.
What, about like weight loss?
Yeah, there was like one girl, they were like, some girl was asking about menu, like items on the menu, and like, they don't serve laxatives at the diner or something, or laxatives don't count as a food group, Jen, or whatever.
I didn't get that one, but what?
Yeah, it was some whack
like
shit.
A very long time since the last time I saw this movie.
That just felt like not something to put into a kids movie.
Also,
you know what I mean?
There was like a weird subtext moment between a student and a teacher that we all picked up. That it was like this: the principal comes up and she's like mad at the boys for doing whatever, and then she's like, "Hey, Ryan," or whatever his name is. And then he's like, "Like, what is this flirtatious subtext moment between the principal and a student? Is this like a for the adults joke? Because I'm not fucking laughing." Anyway, here's Jen with chocolate and vanilla, bringing us the hit segment game where we decide between two things. It's an opinion game. Jen invented it from her brain. You say two things, you say which one you like better. Jen, take it away.
Okay. So we're gonna go Erin, Dara, Emily, me.
Oh God, put me first.
All right.
Is there a theme?
The theme is kind of this movie.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Alrighty.
And Cinderella-based things.
Okay, I like this.
So, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Chocolate. Okay. 1998 live-action Cinderella with Drew Barrymore or 2015 live-action Cinderella with Lily James?
Drew Barrymore.
See, I'm going to say the 2015 one because I Helena Bonham Carter, amazing. I thought the costumes were beautiful, and I just thought visually it was really nice. It's the only live-action Disney remake movie that I really think I stand by as being, like, a joy to watch.
Richard Madden is also really hot.
Yeah.
Richard Madden is super hot, but I'm a 90s kid, so
yeah, I'm also going to go with Drew Barrymore.
I'm gonna go with Lily James. We saw it in one of those movie theaters with like the really nice
The big
seats.
recliner chairs.
Yeah.
It was a great experience.
That's fun.
Yeah, she's beautiful as well, but again, 90s kid,
Her
Drew
is
Barrymore.
Pamela Anderson coming
oh my
up.
god, that eye
right?
makeup was like...
Her tits are up to her neck.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Anyways.
I love her.
Not as convinced by Sebastian Stan as Tommy Lee.
Yeah, but I think he got his nipples fully pierced for
Yeah.
the role, so I really respect it.
Yeah, I gotta give him that. But...
Do you think Jennifer Coolidge got her lips injected for this role, by the way?
I think she just had
She
those.
had that. She looks like that in every movie. Like she's just kind of a silly looking human. Also, I think you would be amazed with the power of like lip glosses and lip liners. You could
yeah.
make me look like I had like.
You
fake
could look like
lips.
Jennifer Coolidge, yeah.
We should do that.
We should. Yeah, I want to.
You should be Jennifer Coolidge for Halloween.
There's
God.
probably a YouTube tutorial for that exact thing.
With the I want to be the Legally Blonde though one with the high
Yes,
scrunchy
yes.
pony, and I'm just gonna say I'm taking the dog.
You've got a little dog
Yeah.
that you give to somebody and then you immediately take it.
Okay.
Okay. Hilary Duff as Sam or Hilary Duff as Lizzie McGuire?
I didn't watch Lizzie McGuire, so I'm gonna have to say Hilary Duff as Sam. Because
Not only am I going to say Lizzie McGuire, but Lizzie McGuire playing a twin of herself in the Lizzie McGuire movie where they go to Spain. And then she says, "Sing to me, Paolo," and they expose his ass, and then they sing together. Twin, blonde, brunette moment. If anyone out there wants to do a dual Halloween costume with me, where we are, what's her name, Isabella and Lizzie McGuire together, I think that would be a moment, and that's my answer.
Hannah Montana could never.
She couldn't, no, because she was just the same person.
Yeah, I was never a big Lizzie McGuire watcher either, so I'm gonna say Hilary Duff as Sam.
All right, I'm going to say as Sam, too. Chad Michael Murray as Austin Ames in this, or as Lucas Scott in One Tree Hill?
Again, I didn't see One Tree Hill.
Yeah, me neither.
Jen's making
Am I the only one who watched
Jen's
that?
making a shocked face. The three of us have never seen One Tree Hill.
So I'm gonna
think-
go with him in this.
Yeah, I gotta say Austin Ames
Yeah, I was watching Supernatural at the time. One Tree Hill was not
on my radar.
on
Yeah,
my radar
no.
at all. I needed ghosts with my hot guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it didn't work.
I'll go with One Tree Hill. Okay, Gus or Jack Jack? From the original Cinderella.
Oh,
The little
okay.
mice.
Yeah,
Nice. Oh, Gus. I
Who was
love
the fat
Gus.
one?
Yeah.
Gus?
Gus. I love
Gus,
Gus.
yeah, Gus.
Short for Augustus.
Yeah,
Oh.
little chunky boy. We gotta go with him.
That'd be a good cat name.
Cat named Gus.
Gus.
Gus for me, too.
The cat there was named Lucifer, and I loved
Yeah,
him.
so good.
He was also fat, and I loved him.
I mean, like totally off the cuff, off topic, but Cinderella 2 was we had on VCR tape and I watched it frequently, and it had little side stories about the evil twin sisters who turned out to not be evil really so much at all, as more than they were just like insecure about being kind of ugly. And it was like one of them meets a baker who's really nice to her and like tells her that she's beautiful, and she's like, nobody's ever told me that I'm beautiful, and it was really nice. And it was like it's different little plot lines for all the characters basically, but it was a Cinderella 2.
I didn't know there was a Cinderella too.
Yeah, I think it was straight to VHS. Like, it never was in
yeah.
theaters or anything.
Makes
But it
sense.
was about kind of the sisters had their nice little plotline where you
cute.
learn more about them, and they're not really so bad. But so
Nice.
that was
They were just raised badly.
yeah. I just remember watching that one a lot as a kid. It was very nice. It was a good one.
Okay.
Selena Gomez or Lucy Hale?
Crap. I know nothing about Lucy Hale, so I'm going to have to say Selena Gomez, just because I saw Wizards of Waverly Place.
This seems like a hard one for you.
It is a hard one for me because we got to keep an eye out for Selena, but also Lucy Hale was the title of my first Goldfish, and I predicted
not the name,
title.
it's the
It was the title of my Goldfish. And I predicted Lucy Hale's fame because she was on American Idol Junior, and I said,
we've talked about
I said
this.
she's a star, and I named my goldfish after her. And what did I know? She was a star. And I was right. But I must mention Selena Gomez's most recent Vogue shoot. So good. Knocked my socks off. Also,
check it out.
she has lupus. That we got to take into consideration. She's a spokeswoman, and so
She's a spokeswoman for lupus.
yeah, she's. You know how Nick Jonas has diabetes.
Yeah. Oh, I remember thinking that he was gonna die every day when I was like 8 years old. I was like, the diabetes is gonna get to him.
But they also made us think that Selena Gomez was gonna die from lupus. But so she didn't, and she's okay. But I am gonna say Lucy Hale because
Damn.
she dated her English teacher in Pretty Little Liars, and isn't that a goal for all of us?
I'm gonna go first.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No,
But that was like every high school girl's like want.
Fantasy,
yeah. So I'm just gonna go with Selena because I really liked her in Another Cinderella Story, and she could not dance, but at the time I was like, this is peak.
I'll take Selena.
I like that we give full like explanations as to why we're choosing these.
Yeah.
And then Jen's like,
I do.
Selena.
That's the whole part of chocolate or vanilla is you have to fight your stance.
Okay.
Jennifer Coolidge in this or Jennifer Coolidge in Legally Blonde?
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
See, I like her character better in Legally Blonde, but does she entertain me as much? I don't think so. I think she's...
What do you value more, though? Is the good character or the entertainment value?
I think, her relationship with Reese Witherspoon, she gets her confidence, she gets the hot
UPS guy!
She gets the hot UPS guy, and that's just gold, But I think she's very entertaining as this cartoonish, awful step-parent.
Well, she's amazing in both. Yeah. It's undeniable.
This is one of your hardest questions.
This is a hard question,
It should go down in the history books.
I'm gonna have to come down, I love a good villain, because she's just got some good, awful... sociopathic lines in this movie about, killing the environment and enslaving her stepdaughter. So I'm gonna say
it's a stance.
So I'm gonna say her character in the Cinderella Story just because she's funny.
So if you do a Jennifer Coolidge UPS guy Halloween costume, that would be the most epic thing
you and Henry
ever.
have to do this.
That would be so good. If Henry and I have anywhere to go on Halloween, the last time we had somewhere to be on Halloween, we fought about our Halloween costume, and then I made him be Guy Fieri, and I made a whole outfit.
That was great.
But he was like, I'm gonna shave my beard, and I was like, no! And then it was a whole thing. But so we were a hot dog and Guy Fieri to recreate a meme. But so if somebody wants to...
Probably one of my top 10 favorite Halloween costumes anyone's ever done.
Thank you. So if anybody in the Syracuse area wants to be my friend, I don't know anybody who lives there. So if you want to be my friend and you want to invite me to a Halloween party, I will show up in a banging costume one way or the other. But I think a Jennifer Coolidge UPS guy would be really good. But I do have to say, her scene in this movie where she's wearing the little tanning goggles.
Yes.
And the stepsisters say to Sam, oh, Mom's at home baking. And then she's in the tanning bed. Oh my god, so good. And then she says, I want to have a talk with you. You're not very pretty and you're not very bright. that stuck with me so. Oh my god, that is the best deliverance of a line. And her eating the cookie.
Yep. Well, she gives her the rejection.
So moist. Oh my god, Jennifer Coolidge in this movie is everything. And so
I agree.
We discussed this at the time, but Hilary Duff's performance in that scene,
she does not break character.
She's fully sobbing and distraught and destroyed, while Jennifer Coolidge is just
chowing down,
hamming it up, eating a cookie.
Yeah. I think that
it deserved an Oscar.
Unless her actor would have broken in that moment.
See, I wonder how many takes it took. It would have taken me 100.
No, I think for Jennifer.
No, for Hillary.
For Hillary? Oh, yeah.
Hillary did not break. I would have cracked the fuck up.
15 years old, giving the dramatic performance of her life.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you both here. I think Jennifer Coolidge is just such a scene stealer in this whole movie that I've got to give it to her. And she's just a far more prominent character in this than in Legally Blonde. So I'm going to say, I think her.
She gets billed over Chad Michael Murray in this.
Oh, I hope, she should be top.
To her,
Jen, where do you stand?
I'm going to say in this.
Okay, good.
I don't know if we've ever all said the same thing before. That was really great.
Regina King in this or Regina King in Miss Congeniality?
Miss Congeniality 2.
I think she was in both.
Oh, she's in both?
Yeah.
I don't remember Miss Congeniality.
I just remember that at the time, she thought that Miss Congeniality was going to be much more prominent of a role for her. And when she was in public, people were like, hey, are you Rhonda? She'd be like, who the fuck is Rhonda? And then she was like, oh, that diner character I played for that Nothing movie. But it actually ended up having more of a teen cult following. So she got recognized way more on the street for being Rhonda. And she was like, what the hell? I didn't think this is the thing that I'm known for,
Yeah. But so what do you say?
I'm gonna have to say this because I honestly don't remember
Yeah,
His congeniality, except for
Yeah.
that scene where Miss Rhode Island is nearly murdered.
no, which is the perfect day is like May 28th or
Yeah.
something. So good. But I would say her in this as well.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her in this movie. She's so good. She looks so young. She looks so baby. I like didn't remember her looking so little in this movie, but I'm like, oh my god, like Regina King who?
Yeah, I thought she was like, when I first saw this movie, she's like, this woman is an adult. She's clearly like middle aged. But watching it now, I'm like, oh, she might be closer to my age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say her in this because I just want her to hang out with her. I want to sleep on her couch. You know what I mean?
I want to wear her wedding dress to the homecoming dance.
I want it to fit me perfectly for no justifiable reason.
It's like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants type
except
thing.
the wedding dress.
Yeah. Sisterhood of Regina King's wedding dress.
I would say this also. In general, ballroom dancing or tap dancing?
I feel like this is gonna sweep. I think we know what we're gonna pick.
I don't dance. I can't dance. I refuse to dance. But if I'm going to watch, I prefer watching tap dancing.
Oh yeah, I love to see a bitch bust out a tap move.
It's just some of the most impressive work.
And the
that
click
you can see.
clackety really makes my senses go.
Yep.
I like
A little ASMR on the dance floor. Yeah. So.
Also, another sweet tap dancing. Yep.
Yep.
Original Cinderella in 1950 or Cinderella Dreams Come True in 2001?
Hell yeah! You still gotta go with the OG. Nobody but me has seen Cinderella 2.
I was gonna say.
If anybody out there has seen Cinderella 2 with all the little side stories about all the little side characters, please hit me up. I love that movie.
Yeah, I have to say the original just because I haven't seen that.
Well, I love a redemption arc, and I love the idea of, you know, the ugly stepsisters coming into their own and realizing they don't need to put other people down in order to be beautiful. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna have to pick the original.
Yeah, I still gotta say the original's better. It just, you know.
Sorry, I just like threw my whiskey everywhere. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Jen.
It's okay. It didn't even get on me.
Oh, okay.
This isn't even her room.
It's okay. We're moving soon. Who cares?
Glass slippers or Chuck Taylors?
You've got me on a double-edged sword here. I gotta pick the discomfort of a glass slipper. Like, picture... I mean, you're in the profession of people who do terrible things to their limbs.
Jen, can I get a little context for this? Is this with Hilary Duff's princess outfit?
Just in general. You, personally.
I do wear Chuck Taylors, so I don't want to put my feet in glass. I've got messed up feet as it is.
I'm going to say that on the cover of this film, Hilary Duff is wearing pink Chuck Taylors with her wedding gown. And I think that if you wear Converse to your wedding, that's a choice for you, but it would not be a choice for me.
I think we've talked about this before during our Twilight episode.
Yeah, it's
we're
very
like,
much,
fuck anyone who wears Converse to their wedding.
It's very much like I'm not like the other girls, but I'm like, at least we're a sensible flat.
Yeah.
Come, like, oh my god. Or at least
Everybody wears Chuck Taylors. Everybody wears them.
See, here's the thing: is I also have to choose Chuck Taylors because I'm wearing them right now.
yeah, for myself, I own Chucks. I wear Chucks. I don't wear glass slippers. But if it was a formal event and I was wearing a ball gown, not in hell am I wearing sneakers. It's just not classy. It just doesn't
wear
fit.
the glass slippers, and everybody's gonna see me bleed because they're transparent.
I'll also say Chucks. And last one, salmon or swordfish?
Salmon or swordfish.
I can't say I've ever had swordfish. So,
Really, it just tastes kind of like chicken. It's the most amicable of fishes.
I'm gonna go with salmon just because
You need your omega-3s.
Yeah, exactly.
We just had salmon. I can't say we just had swordfish. I don't know enough to know the difference. I know swordfish is white. I know it's what comes in the can, but I'm gonna pick salmon.
Yeah, I'd say salmon in my sushi. I'll go salmon.
All right, I'm gonna say swordfish, and that's it.
Well, this is good.
Oh, wait,
Can
I throw a last one?
Oh, a bonus.
Okay, can I throw out a bonus one? So, Sam and Austin slow dancing in the gazebo in this film, or Bella and Edward slow dancing in the gazebo in Twilight?
This film all day.
Really, Jen?
I'm
with
seeing
the 3-piece impromptu string orchestra?
No. Because here's the thing: is what is it? Isn't it?
McCain, I'll be.
Isn't it?
Iron and Wine.
Yeah, Flightless Bird, American. Yep. I see. They're dancing to that, and I can't. That's what makes the scene for me. Nothing. Not Bella and her Converse. Not him picking her up and twirling her around with her broken leg. It's that song, and for that reason, I have to choose Edward and Bella.
And I have to say, so in this film, Chad Michael Murray brings Hilary Duff up to the gazebo where apparently a wedding has just taken place. This event hall booked a high school Halloween homecoming the same night as a wedding.
Do you know how badly that could have gone?
Right, so
disastrous.
But so the wedding has hence happened, but for some reason the string quartet has stuck around.
Band's still there.
But there's a violin, a guitar, and a tambourine. And the three people are like, we'll stick around and give these kids their moment. But as the two of them are slow dancing, you just see in the off background just the girl hitting her tambourine every couple of seconds, like kind of offbeat. And I love that addition to this film. Mm-hmm. But I will say Edward and Bella in Twilight because it's the moment. Mm-hmm. That is the moment.
I have no idea what metric to base this on, because...
Which one made you feel oomph?
Neither of them.
I loved Twilight.
I did love Twilight, but I loved this movie first.
This movie came first.
It did come first, so...
You might even say that Twilight was
I don't know when Twilight the book came out, because that scene was fully in the book, I think. Don't quote me on that, I don't remember. My memories of my middle school experience are not crystal clear.
Two teens in a gazebo doesn't seem super...
It's not the most original.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the song that was playing in the Twilight scene.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best song of all.
Top notch. I don't know. Did it win our poll? Because we did a poll.
Yeah, I think it tied. So we got a tie between the Muse song that happens during the baseball scene.
Maybe we rerun that, because I know we got a lot more followers since, and I need to know what the top one is.
When we do New Moon,
Moon,
we'll revisit the soundtrack poll for sure.
Okay, cool.
We have to do New Moon.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Twilight. After that deliberation, I'm gonna pick Twilight because it was actually their prom and it made sense.
Yeah, right. What the fuck is this Halloween homecoming? What? I just don't get it.
I don't know.
I want to say also, I think that the twin sisters were robbed. Their Siamese twin dual costume was fucking phenomenal. And that you're gonna give the award to fucking tights Chad Michael Murray. I saw so many good costumes in that scene. There was somebody as a not a whiteboard, a chalkboard. Somebody was a chalkboard with their teacher's name at the top. So funny. The guy is the Matrix, Neo from Matrix. So good. In the background.
Weren't you the Matrix guy?
I was. This year, alone in my basement, I dressed up as a slutty version of Neo from the Matrix.
It was a great costume.
And it was really great because I bought a leather trench coat from the Goodwill for like $6.
Really? It came from Goodwill?
Yep. Oh yeah, a full leather trench coat. And
that
I was like,
fantastic.
I saw it and I was like, this is speaking to me. I can't not be Neo from the Matrix now.
Yeah.
I was also kind of Trinity the girl a little bit because I slicked my hair back. It was a bit of an amalgamation.
Yeah.
But anyways, I there were so many good costumes, and you're just gonna give it to fucking what was she? She was supposed to be Cinderella with a mask on. Cinderella never wore a fucking mask. What was Hilary Duff supposed to be? Regina King's wedding outfit? That's not a costume. It was thrown together at the last minute.
Yep.
There were so many people who I bet had planned for months. That dual Siamese outfit, I bet had to be custom sewn.
Probably. Oh, 100%.
Those two are completely different heights. There's no way you got that in a custom fit.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, one of them had to be wearing platforms, I bet. The coordination, I mean, they did fall down the stairs. It clearly wasn't easy.
So, the execution left a bit to be desired.
Yeah.
I still loved it, though. It was so good.
If they had done it like Cats, not the movie version of Cats, but the 80s filmed musical version of Cats, where they were wearing like leg warmers and like actual,
but still as like the 2-in-1 moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like zhuzh it up a little bit, make it a little bit theater.
I like that. So what do we eat and what do we pair with this movie?
Okay, so there are two obvious food
Yeah.
situations. A, there's a diner.
Yeah,
They
I was
work
gonna
at a
say diner food.
Eat something greasy and dinery. You know?
I was
order out from a friend.
I was at a diner last night.
Oh my god! What'd you get?
I came to a diner after I saw a show, and so I got a burger, and it honestly, and this is gonna sound really lame, but I had the best coleslaw of my life at that diner.
It's a very specific thing to be.
Listen,
best.
I was blown away. I was genuinely blown away
By the coleslaw on
yes,
this burger.
Yes.
So
yes.
eat a dang good coleslaw with this movie.
I'd say probably I feel like the thing to do is make yourself some pancakes and some bacon and a
diner
hash brown.
Food, yeah, diner food would be good.
I feel like breakfast diner food is a good one.
Just in retort to your coleslaw comment, in certain contexts, I don't mind a bit of coleslaw, but who decided that salad should be wet?
I don't know, man.
Who
But
was eating a salad and said this needs mayonnaise?
This was the first coleslaw I ever had that had flavor to it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I was blown away.
Interesting. I usually am not a fan of coleslaw on like a fried chicken sandwich or like a pulled pork sandwich.
This is a side.
Just for the crunch. I get it, but yeah, as a side, I would never straight eat coleslaw. That is for heathens.
It was really good. I worked at like a
fry cook typey place.
Yeah,
right?
fry cook typey place for like 3 years or something like that, and no one ever knew. We would all like go around and we're like, does this taste right? Does this taste right? Because no one actually liked coleslaw and no one like ate it. We're like, I think this is fine.
It's cabbage and mayo.
Yeah, exactly. But now my taste is so refined after this life-changing experience that I had last night. But no, I'd say probably your better option is to like make a stack of pancakes.
Yeah, something that feels
some
diner.
bacon.
Or to me, salmon, if you're willing to take the risk. The big food item is that Jennifer Coolidge is on an only salmon diet. Lox on a bagel, maybe, or like sushi. If you're gonna get like sushi and get salmon, I don't know.
What do you drink with salmon? Because I know I feel like if you're having diner food and if you're doing it like sort
you
of
can
breakfast,
have a heavy drink, yeah.
If you're doing it breakfast style too, I'd say you could make yourself like a White Russian sort of thing and go for like a coffee kind of vibe or whatever you're going for.
That could work. Yeah,
which I like.
That's true. That is in this movie. I would say, so what we're drinking while we're recording this, not necessarily while we're watching the movie, but we're drinking peanut butter and jellies, which seem kind of like nostalgic and childhoody to me, which is what this movie also invokes. So it's peanut butter whiskey with Chambord, and then you even suggested a bit of Bailey's, which gives it kind of a
like a creamy bit,
but those things together, I think, could be kind of like a nostalgia moment. So a PB&J kind of feels right with this movie.
I feel like the thing that stuck out to me, if you're having salmon, I feel like the thing that you gotta have with it is like a seltzer. Like, be really basic and get like a White Claw or something like that. You know what I mean? Which I don't know.
Or like a 0 calorie, because the big joke in this movie at one point is that she's like, what can I get at this diner that has 0 fat, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories? And she's like, water. So like, drink a 0 calorie seltzer. Drink like one of those, like a Truly or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which there is no 0.
Be a skinny legend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
Do you have any
suggestions?
What would you eat or drink with this as like a little pairing?
I'm a fan of diner food, to be honest. So
yeah, it is the thing that takes place the most in this movie.
Yeah, I also like salmon, but again,
diner food, salmon.
How much can you do with salmon?
Yeah.
Like, how much easier is it to get diner food than salmon? Like, you can get diner food.
Yeah, get takeout or make your own. Yeah, like you said, pancakes, pretty easy, good stuff. I like to, you make bacon and you chop it up and then you put it in the pancake. Pancake moment. I think that would be good. And then,
for sure.
What would you follow this movie up with? What would you say next?
This came pretty off the cuff right after I watched this movie, and I felt like I should follow it up with something that was around the same era and something that has the same kind of feel of it, a little princessy, and I said The Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I feel like could also get entangled with, because you have this book here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my answer comes from this great book. Erin brought a handful of books, and she was like, "These are for the podcast." And I was really interested in this one specifically. It's called "Your Movie Sucks" by Roger Ebert, and for those who don't know, he is basically the head movie critic at the New York Times for decades and decades. He's dead now, but for decades and decades, he was the movie critic, and he's such an asshole. And he gives everything bad ratings, basically, and he has no fun. And not to speak ill of the dead, but he just was so mean, and he would basically, any movie that was kind of stupid and fun, he would just rip it apart. Like, he was one of those, like, purist kind of critic guys. And I'm just like, oh my god, loosen up. Like, let people like things. I don't know. And I just don't think anyone should... You can't make your life talking shit about other people's movies. At least be fun about it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's what we do.
Right, well, I am not making my living doing this, that's for sure. But
Well, if HelloFresh wants to sponsor us.
Casper Mattress, if you're listening, and
Adam and Eve.
if you want to pay for my apartment, I will speak in this voice and talk about how much I love your product. But so
You're getting into Shatner territory.
yeah, right. But so this book is called Your Movie Sucks, and it's all of some of his like lowest critic movies, like all the things he gave 1 star or 0 stars, and in here is this movie, A Cinderella Story.
Which is not why I brought it. I just grabbed it off my shelf because I had it from,
Well, thank God you brought it.
I love it. And so I would just want to do a little quote from his review because I thought it was I just love this moment. And he said, urgently counsel your mom and sister to forget about going to the movies this week to see A Cinderella Story, and instead mark the calendar for August 24th, when Ella Enchanted will be released on video DVD. Hell yeah, Roger Ebert, because
He's not wrong.
Ella Enchanted slaps so hard, and is also a retelling sort of situation about Cinderella. So I think you follow this up with either Freaky Friday for the intertanglement of 2004 drama, or you watch Ella Enchanted starring Anne Hathaway, because that movie slaps so hard and is also similar vibes. What about you?
What about me? I'm gonna pick Ella Enchanted because Hugh Dancy is in it, and Hugh Dancy plays Will Graham in the TV show Hannibal.
Yep.
Which, if you watch Ella Enchanted, you can immediately segue right into Hannibal.
Yeah. So you're
I think
doing
it's
a
going to be a
third.
good choice.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a good choice. But I do think Freaky Friday is a good follow-up because I think they've just got a similar vibe.
And same time
for
period,
sure.
same
Yeah.
Chad Michael Murray type.
Especially if you watch them knowing, like, this backstory now,
exactly.
too.
Like
Puts a whole
Lindsay
different
Lohan
perspective on it.
And Hilary Duff, obviously, were both having a moment at around the same time. Plus, Cinderella Story is kind of a remake. Freaky Friday is a remake, so there's a theme there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
Can I weigh in on
Yes,
that?
please,
please,
Jen.
Jen, weigh in.
Please.
So, the little known 4th installment of A Cinderella Story
What?
is Cinderella Story A Christmas Wish with Laura Marano.
who?
No idea.
Allie and AJ Girl. No,
Which one?
Austin and Allie Girl. I'm sorry.
Austin
Austin and
and
Allie
Allie.
Girl. Yep, and I thought it was really good. I watched it late night by myself.
You thought it was
In
was it like a
2019.
Hallmark?
No, it's like Disney Channel.
Okay.
Interesting. Good to know.
That's my follow-up.
Okay. In 4th place, Jen's suggestion: some Christmas movie with some actress from some kids show. No, I'm sorry.
Give her some credit.
She's no Ross Lynch. She didn't play Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's fair.
But I usually contend that movies that are primarily
Oh, shit. You know what would be good?
What?
Ever After.
yeah.
The one with Drew Barrymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get into the 90s, yeah.
Brandy did a live action.
Yes, never mind. I changed my mind. I want that one. The one with Brandy.
I'll take it.
Whoopi Goldberg was the mom. There was this very ethnically ambiguous family with Whoopi Goldberg and a white guy as the mom, and then the son was kind of...
What about The Wiz? Just watch that.
Just watch every movie.
Wait, what am I saying? The Wiz? That has nothing to do with Cinderella. That's
with
fucking.
anything.
Yeah, sorry, I redact that.
Was
but
Brandy in The Wiz?
no, you just said Whoopi Goldberg, and it got me thinking.
Okay.
But I usually contend that movies that have a primarily underage cast that we omit the fuck, marry, kill.
But I think we can.
I think we can scrape by on this movie because I think that there's just enough for us to work with.
There's 3 main adults that. Well, there's a couple more, but
Are you thinking Jennifer Coolidge, the dead dad,
and Rhonda.
and Rhonda?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
CMM's dad.
I don't give a fuck
God.
about that
Yeah.
man. I will kill him any day.
So okay, I have my answer. It's okay. Listen, her father's already dead.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm gonna kill
Very Very sound logic.
then I'm sorry. I'm gonna fuck Jennifer Coolidge because it's Jennifer Coolidge. And then I'm gonna marry Rhonda because I would be insane not to.
I absolutely.
I want to see her in that wedding dress.
I 1,000% agree with you. I'm getting a
I'm
matching
gonna
one.
make her dreams come true.
Yes, we're all marrying Rhonda, all three of us. We're all gonna marry Rhonda. She just
Should we
seems-
walk down the aisle arm in arm?
I love, especially at the end when she becomes like the owner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love that moment for her when
She's
she
in that
becomes.
managerial.
Are you gonna
Hell yeah!
Are you gonna fuck Jennifer Coolidge though, or are you gonna fuck the dad?
No, obviously I'm fucking Jennifer Coolidge.
Okay, good.
She's
good,
batshit crazy. I think we'd get along great. We'd eat some salmon afterwards. It'd be really fun.
You'd be like drinking champagne like afterwards too, like type thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, I thought
sure.
I would go into this with a certain opinion because I mistakenly believed that the principal was played by Holland Taylor, but then I realized she's not.
If only.
So I'm gonna have to concur with your assessment of
It
the
just is the
situation.
correct-
Yeah.
It's the correct.
Like, don't get me wrong.
choice. Yeah,
The dad's hot, but he just didn't leave too much of an impression on me.
I don't
dead.
even.
He's dead.
he didn't put his will.
In an obvious.
Like
no,
that's fucked up.
It
He
wasn't
put
the-
his will in a children's book. He didn't leave his will with an attorney. He
I thought
didn't
the
leave his will
implication-
in a lockbox at a bank.
I thought the thing was that Jennifer Coolidge hid it. I
I
thought.
don't.
Did she steal it and hide
I
it?
thought the implication was
he's-
that there is
no,
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 quote
no,
unquote,
no,
there's
no.
no will, but she.
No. Yeah, he's like, yeah, there's something in there that'll help you out later in life, and it's his will.
Because I know your stepmother's a total whack job.
And
That's
it's
why I
gonna
married
kill me.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really
really.
trust his judgment as a human. I mean,
He married this woman.
like, I know that she was supposed to seem all normal before and all whacked out post.
She didn't. She was crazy before. She
Yeah.
was crazy after.
Come on. Come on, Sam's dad. Like,
Get a
Wise
lawyer.
up.
yeah.
If you're gonna do a will, get a lawyer. Get a real
Yeah.
lawyer.
Oh, if
Don't stick your will in a book hoping your kid is gonna find it after your untimely death.
and also
You could have
listeners,
helped this man out.
listener, Erin's a lawyer. This is one of the most interesting, prominent things about you is that you're one of the people I know who has a real job.
Yeah.
I have a job.
Yeah.
Yes, I've passed the bar, and my advice, if you want a will, is get a wills and estates lawyer. Don't ask me. Ask somebody who does this for a living. Because I do not.
Post watching this movie, what would be your advice to a young Sam who just came into a great deal of money?
I have no idea. My advice would be for her father, get an executor of the will who is not your clearly unstable second wife. Get a lawyer. Get your daughter a lawyer.
Yeah.
Get somebody who knows how to be, the executor of a will when there's, a child involved. Like, the decision-making pre-death was not great. He didn't expect to die. Nobody does, but...
No, he knew. He saw it coming. He was like, "There's
That's
gonna
why
be
he
an
put his
earthquake."
will
in a book.
a book.
Don't put your will in a book is my advice. Give it to your lawyer. Have your lawyer have your will. Or, I think banks keep them in safe deposit boxes.
This feels like common sense.
My advice is, if you're gonna marry Jennifer Coolidge, just know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Unless you're that UPS guy, because he had it good.
Take
No,
that
but he
jump.
knew.
Take that leap of faith.
He
if
knew
you're
what
that
he was
UPS
getting
guy.
into. for
My
sure.
legal advice is always to consult a lawyer who has expertise in the area of law you're looking for advice in.
Yeah.
Okay,
And unless you're trying to enter the United States, I'm not your girl.
and if you're gonna rate this movie 1 through 10, what score would you give it? We only do this 1 out of 10.
I
times
know,
on
we
this
never
podcast.
actually get to this.
I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, I didn't think long and hard about it. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 because I'm not attached to it in any sort of childhood capacity. But I know that it was a very decent childhood film, and even rewatching it now as a full 22-year-old,
I liked it.
I'm like,
It was
it's
nice.
it's entertaining. I had fun. And it's Jennifer Coolidge, so that's at least 4 points there.
Yeah,
to start with.
I was gonna give it a 4. A half point goes for nostalgia, and 3.5 goes to Jenny Coolidge. It is what it is.
5.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go high and give it a 7. Largely because of the nostalgia factor. This was a favorite movie of mine as a kid. As an adult, some of the line reads come across a little
Oh, I thought
Whoa.
it was hilarious though when Hilary Duff is talking in this like weird high pitched whiny voice most of the time, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, girl?" But it made me crack up, so
Yeah.
I was here for it.
It was really entertaining. I will give it that.
was
Like
entertaining.
having pretty much no recollection of it from my childhood, I was pretty invested in this film.
and the soundtrack slaps.
Yep, bangers.
Slaps so hard. So I think we gotta leave it off at that.
Yeah.
Any closing comments?
Do you think J-Lo has a brown lawn? I just want to ask that.
Absolutely fucking not. No. Well, she has a brown lawn because right now she's staying with
Ben Affleck,
in
yeah.
Dorchester,
Yeah.
where
No.
there are
It
no
is-
green lawns.
It is
No.
woke to have a brown lawn right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's
Yeah.
it's relatable.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So thank you for listening. Thank you so much, Erin, for
Yeah,
being
thank
here.
you.
Thank
This
you
was
for
great.
having me.
You were a joy. Please follow us on social media. Twitter and Instagram at The Swamp Pod, TikTok at The Swamp Podcast, email us at theswamppod@gmail.com, go to our website, theswamppodcast.com, buy our merch, please,
Yeah. We'll buy Jen some dinner sometime.
and like our page on LinkedIn.
Yeah, we have a full LinkedIn now. We're
What?
trying to be professionals.
Professional podcaster? What? I used the term hell yeah on LinkedIn, and then I had like a 20-minute crisis because I was like, am I allowed to say that on a professional website? But then I remembered that I'm not a professional in any capacity, so anyone
Yeah.
who would see
Yeah.
that isn't really a big deal.
Yeah,
but,
we're pretending to be professional as best as we can.
but thanks for listening, and stick around the rest of this month where we're planning on watching some of the movies that you guys have
Yeah,
sent into
please.
us.
If you have any requests, send them
Last
in.
minute, if you send in a last minute request that really knocks our socks off, I promise that we might fulfill it because we have no decisions made thus far. But we love hearing your requests. Even post this month, always send them in. I write down all of them. I swear, I have this running. I put your name, your little name next to your little movie suggestion, and I love them all. Even if I've never seen them, I go and I like watch a little trailer sometimes just to like check it out and see what it's about.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much, and we
Signing off.
We love you almost as much as Chad Michael Murray loves pissing off his dad. Dad.